Right, they give you a medal if you're lucky enough to be in the right place at the right time.
Colonel Edwards, it sounds to me like you've got a bone to pick with him.
You bet I have, Benson. I'm going to do everything in my power to bring that flyboy down to earth, and I'm expecting you to back me up.
There it is, the Robotech factory. The last time I visited that tub, I had to sneak on board.
Those were the days.
I'll never forget the look on the faces of those Centrati when Miria showed them baby Dana. It was like they'd never seen one before.
They're all clones, Max. I suppose they never had.
I guess not. But then Dana'd never seen a clone before. He didn't see her going all to pieces.
Attention all stations. Shuttle 1 from Mission Command now docking at Hangar Bay 6. Command level representatives from all departments report to hangar area immediately.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Colonel Reinhardt. I'd like to welcome you all to the ship. You see before you a splendid piece of engineering, if I do say so myself. We used absolutely everything salvageable from the SDF-1 and 2.
And then wrapped the whole thing up in the exoskeleton of a Centrati battlecruiser.
Our new allies, Britai and Exodor, were a great help with the details. We think it's quite a convincing imitation.
I'll say it is. Kind of brings back some bad memories of the first Robotech war.
You'll excuse me for playing devil's advocate here, but I hope we're not forgetting something. This ship has to do more than look pretty. Are you sure it can get us there and back in one piece?
It will, Colonel Wolf. Don't worry.
Colonel Reinhardt, we all remember what happened when the original SDF made its first attempt at jumping through hyperspace. The ship took a large piece of your planet along with it. I'm sure none of us wants to repeat that little phenomenon.
Your comrade Britai's been over the plans with the engineer.
Come to think of it, what's happened to Britai? His last communication made it clear he planned to meet us here.
Do you think maybe he forgot we were coming in?
He's probably just too busy to get here.
Well, I'm afraid we'll have to continue our tour without him for the moment. We've got a lot of details to attend to, and our launch window is approaching.
Britai!
Well, so I'm not important enough to wait for. You Microdians are so impatient.
I almost didn't recognize you. What happened? Did you shrink?
In a word, yes. Dr. Lang thought I'd fit in better with everyone if I was micronized, and he designed this new faceplate for me to wear at the wedding.
Here you see the home system of the Robotech Masters. The central planet, Phantoma, is extremely large, approximately the size of Jupiter. Its third moon, Tyrol, is where the civilization of the Robotech Masters evolved. As you know, they developed, with the help of a scientist named Zor, the energy system called Robotechnology, and used it in an attempt to control the known universe.
But at this moment, the Tyresians, known as Ram and Cabell, are unable to control even their own destiny. They watch in helpless fury as their homeworld is brutally ravaged by the relentless, inorganic servants of the Invid.
The flower of life, that's what they've come for.
That must be it. They've come searching for the flower of life, the primary catalyst in the production of protoculture. But that plant hasn't been present in this system ever since the Robotech Masters left.
It was a Robotech master named Zor that stole the flower from the Invid. It was only a matter of time before they came here looking for it.
What madness! They're ripping the whole planet apart looking for something they'll never find.
No one ever accused the Invid of being logical, only thorough.
I'm beginning to think it's hopeless, Cabell. Those drones are unstoppable, it seems.
Nonsense! They may be intimidating, my boy, but they are not unstoppable. Even the most complex machine has a weak spot.
Then by all means, let's find it. What are we waiting for?
My people owe their very existence to the Robotech Masters. We Zentradi were developed as an offshoot of Robotechnology. We are the result of an experiment in biogenetic engineering, an experiment quite advanced for its time.
Are the Robotech Masters as physically big as your people were at one time?
No, surprisingly, they're about the same size as you.
So you supplied them with their muscle power.
You mean the Zentradi were just the bronze for someone else's brains? No wonder they seem so dumb.
They came about as close as you can come to blasting the Earth back into the Stone Age. That's how dumb they are. I suggest you keep your opinions to yourself from now on. We haven't the time to waste on them.
Excuse me, Flyboy. I thought this was supposed to be an open forum. Seems to me your Zentradi buddies are the only ones allowed to participate. And frankly, that makes me a little suspicious. For all we know, these space apes might still be working for the enemy.
I've heard about enough out of you, Captain.
Enough bickering, gentlemen, please. This is supposed to be a diplomatic mission. It might be helpful if we practice some diplomacy amongst ourselves. Oh, arguments are a waste of precious time and energy.
Personally, I believe the problem of the Robotech Masters can be resolved through purely peaceful means, and I expect to make that my top priority. We'll resume this briefing after I've made my broadcast to the personnel on board the ship. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All stations stand by. The channel is now open for priority communication from mission leader.
Greetings, fellow members of the Robotech Defense Force. I am Dr. Lang, leader of this mission. The process of assembling a crew to man the rebuilt SDF-3 has already begun. By tomorrow, we will have selected most of the crew members and additional personnel who will be coming with us on this attempt to reach a very distant planet, homeworld of the Robotech Masters. Many of you were brought to this repair station specifically to become a part of this expedition to deep space. Welcome. Others may need to prove they've acquired the discipline and flexibility that will make them valuable to us as support personnel or fighter pilots to operate the Robotech weapons. We have no idea what sort of reception awaits us on the home world of these alien beings, but we are ready for any eventuality.
That is more than can be said for the inhabitants of Tyrol, who even now are calmly going about their daily business, totally unaware of the relentless, inhuman horde that is bearing down on their capital city.
There, I finished the last of my experiments. I can't do anything more until we've secured one of these inorganics for study. Are you ready to go, Rem?
I'm having a little trouble here. Get off of me! Cabell, what's happened to these things all of a sudden? Come back here! I'm not sure how these little monsters fit into your experiments, but I'm starting to wonder if we wouldn't be better off by eating them for supper.
They have a biogenetic link to the flower of life. The presence of the Invid is disturbing to them.
Then the sooner we find a way to stop the Invid, the better. These things are driving me mad. Our sensors last picked them up around here somewhere. Perhaps they've moved on. But it doesn't sense our presence. Now's our chance.
No, Rem. I want one of the others. One of the cat-like droids.
I hope we catch one of them and not vice versa.
I'm getting a very distinct impression that our progress is being observed.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing myself.
Perhaps our behavior is puzzling to them. They probably expect us to run in terror.
Well, they didn't stay puzzled very long. Where is it?
There! Run!
Where are you, Cabell?
Hold still for just a moment. Ow!